And good evening, everybody, and welcome here to Homestead Miami Speedway, as we're getting set for the running of the Ford EcoBoost 200. Race 22, the penultimate race of the debut season of the PCSRA Craftsman Truck Series. This is it. It's elimination weekend for these drivers here today. When the checker flag waves, we will now know who will be the four drivers that will battle out for this season's chase for the championship and who will be the four drivers that will sadly be eliminated from having any chances of winning the championship. Should be a fun race here tonight for 27 laps. On the pole is Billy Kitchens, the points leader. He comes in this race 33 points above the cut line. He's alongside of Sam Vickers, who comes in this race 27th in points, still looking for his first win of the year. And, of course, he's on the bubble as far as trying to lock himself into the show next season. Shyla Askarov, 25th in the points, and Alexandria Sarnes in the 20, former winner this season. She sits in the 15th position in the point standings. You look at the rest of the playoff drivers. Blake Wagner's got his work cut out from starting at the rear of the field. Billy Kitchens, I mentioned, 33 above the cut line. He is the points leader. Second in points is Xavier Allsopp, who is 11 points above the cut line. Blake Wagner, who starts last, comes this race 7 points above the cut line. J Bodine is 5 points above the cut line. Let's get these trucks rolling off so I can finish the rest. Make sure everybody rolls off. 5 points below are Olivia Jackson and Marcus Sellers in the 6 and 29 respectively. Also notice second in points starting at the rear of the field. Alex Winters is 18 points below the cut line, and J Underhill, who had a miserable race last week at Talladega, 35 points below the cut line. J Underhill is guaranteed a must-win to make the Final Four to compete for the championship next week at Toronto Speedway. Going to be an interesting race to see what happens here tonight. As we're running at night, we're not running in the daytime. We are running this race at night. Here we go, the final elimination race as well as the penultimate race of the season. Who are the four drivers going to the championship for? Who are the four that are getting eliminated? Let's find out in 27 laps time. Green flag is in the air. We're racing at Homestead. It's Truck Night in America. For these drivers, all their practice sessions were taking part in the day. Going to be interesting how they will do at night time conditions. As Shyla Askarov got a little tight through the corner. She was trying to get by Billy Kitchens, but Kitchens will lead the first lap of this 27 lap race as we have a breakup in that pack as we need to get to the rear of the field. It's like Donovan Carter has had troubles. And it also held up Blake Wagner in the 0-2 is what he's hoping for is a caution to come out to get him caught back up. Otherwise, he would be in trouble. And remember, Blake Wagner, or Blake as they like to call him, came in 7 points above the cut line. This is not good for Blake. Because if he has a bad finish and stays right where he is, he would be one of the four drivers eliminated from the playoffs. Shyla Askarov going to try again, but just cannot get by on the bottom. She's getting a bit tight through the center of the corner. Just can't find a way to get around the Menard Chevrolet. Going to have to tuck back in as the 75 of Sam Vickers looking for his first win on the year, but he can't get by the 88. I wonder if track position, wonder if the trucks are getting tighter. Shyla's trying to get a run on the 75, but she's got no help. And her truck's starting to get tight. And it's allowing just the 88 to just cruise away. on lap number 5 of 27. We will have one more race to go, and that will be the championship race next week when we come to you live from Toronto, as Billy Kitchen's really getting a nice run on the high side, so I guess passing is going to be a little bit difficult today, as two trucks could not beat Billy Kitchen's, which is a kind of rare do you see that. And if Billy Kitchens wins, it wouldn't matter to Billy Kitchens if he wins this race or not. Regardless, he will be in the championship 4 going into next week's race, as Shyla Askarov had to give room to Maisie Creighton. Creighton got a bit tight there and losing a couple of spots. Shyla finally got a position gain. Donovan Carter's got an issue. Of course, he is off the pace. He's had a tough year so far. Ingrid Puller in 35th. Blake Wagner in 34th. He's trying to catch up. And there's J Underhill. Unless he wins tonight, he's more than likely the other driver that's going to get eliminated. And the 66 is also back here at the rear of the field. So a couple of playoff drivers back here at the rear of the field. Not going to do them any bit of good. Donovan Carter not doing anything as far as trying to make up positions. Olivia Jackson, the 6. Alex Winters below the cut line. I believe those would be your 4 that get eliminated, but too early to tell. They're going to be catching the 16 in a little bit, because the 16 is about to get lapped. There's the 16. They're running 175, and they're like catching the 16 by like 15 miles an hour a lap. There's the 16 truck. Didn't expect lap traffic to come into play here in tonight's Truck Series race. As I almost dropped my phone again. Would have been the second time I dropped my phone during a recording session. As Billy Kitchen's getting held up. That's going to allow the 20 to get around, but the 88's going to find a way to get around. That 88 is so strong, they can't even get around the Menard Chevrolet, not even 2 trucks. As Sarnes is going to try again. She's going to have to drive it harder, but the 88's just getting a run. And it looks like passing's becoming an issue. Oh, there they go. There goes Richie. Richie's in the wall. Anthony Ritchie in the wall, and is that going to bring out a caution? It does. Oh, boy. And that was all because of the 16 getting held up, as we're going to race back to the line. That was not the caution Billy Kitchens wanted to see, and of course it didn't collect any of our playoff drivers, I hope. It only collected the non-playoff drivers. Let's make sure these drivers slow down under the yellow. Caution's out for the first time today. Let's jump back, look at the replay to find out what happened to the 24th Anthony Ritchie as we're under the yellow here at Homestead. We kind of knew the 16 was going to start holding up people and then start causing trouble. Looks like Anthony Ritchie ran in the 16, just got tired of the 16 holding everybody up, and unfortunately just gets turned in the inside wall and collects Emma Kaiser. They both go spinning down the front straightaway. Ritchie's going to hit the inside wall again right there. Did some pretty significant damage. Of course, the 3 spinning back out on the track is what prompted the truck officials to throw the caution. Anthony Ritchie's truck didn't look terribly bad, but unfortunately he has taken his truck back behind the wall, so it looked like suspension damage on the 24 is going to take him out of the race, which is a tough break for him. He's been having a very struggling season so far. He comes in this race 32nd in points, trying to finish his season on a high, and unfortunately that's not going to happen. So the yellow's out for the first time today. Let's get back to the restart here at Miami. Getting ready to go back to green with 9 laps of racing to go. Billy Kitchens is the leader. Alexandre Sarnes second. Third is Ashton Ingersoll, last week's winner from Dega. Carolina Bradley fourth. Shyla Askarov fifth. Cheyenne Berkshire sixth. Alina Ritchie seventh. Carlos Rodriguez eighth. Tam Vickers ninth. And Lucy Granger will complete the top 10. Anthony Ritchie, the only driver out of the race, and that caution a big break for Blake Wagner, as he really needed that caution to get caught back up. We have a total of 34 drivers on the lead lap, 35 in the race, and we're inside the 10 to go, so all restarts will be a single file. And is anybody going to get around the 88? We're going to have to wait and see. As the pace truck goes off, rather, to get the Ford 200 back underway. The Ford E-Bus 200 back underway. Green flag. Donovan Carter has been asked to see the truck officials in the big black truck, in the Craftsman truck hauler after the race, for causing an incident that brought out our first yellow of the night, as Billy Kitchens, again, still not letting anybody get around it. Well, as soon as I say that, here comes the 64, trying to make something work on that middle lane, and I believe he's going to make it work. Billy Kitchen's going to go up high. This was the first lead change we've had here tonight, and Billy Kitchens is dropping back, so Ashton Ingersoll will take the race lead. That middle line is where you need to be if you're going to make a pass on somebody. Billy Kitchens led the most laps. Ashton Ingersoll trying to hang on. Sarnes is not getting any help on the bottom. That's probably the reason we're having problems with passing, is drivers just not getting any help or not being in the middle, and that's what's causing these drivers that are trying to pass on the inside line to not create any passing. The 88 trying underneath Carolina Bradley couldn't do so. This is the first time Billy Kitchens has been in traffic tonight, because most of this race he's been out front in that clean air, and Ashton Ingersoll did a great job getting around the Menard Chevy Silverado. Donovan Carter is running pretty slowly as usual. I wouldn't be surprised if that 16 will cause an issue. And see, the 88 finds a way on the inside, which I don't understand why everybody else is not finding a way to pass on the inside, and Billy Kitchens can pass on the inside. So something's not right, if you ask me. And I guess good starting track position was the reason, is he's looking underneath Carolina Bradley for second. But as you're going to see, Carolina Bradley gets that nice run, so looks like passing is going to be a bit of an issue this weekend for the elimination race, which is too bad, because I was looking forward to what could be a very good race. Ashton Ingersoll trying to go back-to-back, trying to get his second win in a row. Remember, he won last week at Talladega. Last week we didn't have any cautions in the truck race. Not the case today. And don't look possibly now. Well, actually, the 16 won't be an issue. He was an issue causing the yellow, I can tell you that for certain. Askarov trying to find a way to get around the 88. The 88 is like really not making it easy for these drivers. Here he comes trying to get underneath the 4 and just can't get the run. His truck's getting tight. It's like, that's not good, especially with the tires wearing down. As we're down to 2 to go. Next time by will be the white flag of this race. You just got to be in the middle. You just got to find a way to get in the middle. See, Carolina Bradley's going to try, but she's got nobody to help her, and that's not good. And look at what Billy Kitchen's going to do on the outside. Looks like the outside's going to be a factor this weekend, as looks like we're going to come to the white flag here. One more lap to go here in the final elimination race. Bradley trying to fight back on Billy Kitchens. Kitchens is not making it easy for her. This is good news for Ashton Ingersoll, as we're going to catch the 16, but it'll be too little too late for the 16. But we'll see some passing better next week at Toronto. But off at turn 4 for the final time, Ashton Ingersoll for the second week in a row is going to take the Ford EcoBoost 200 here tonight at Homestead. Ashton's trying to make himself a possible candidate of being a championship contender next season. His win last week jumped up 2 spots to 22nd in the points. This will put him in the top 20 in the point standings after this evening's race. Standings are official, but now this is the next question I need to answer. Besides Billy Kitchens, who's in the final fours, looks like Ingrid Pollard's got some front end damage. I think that's because of a stack up. I'll probably look at a replay before I sign off. But the main question is going to be, actually, while we're waiting for the waiting for the drivers to come here, well, let's see what happens to the 99. Well, this is something you don't see after the race. When the race comes to an end, everybody checking up for pit road, and who does Pollard run the back of? See, everybody's checking up, trying to come to pit road. There's Olivia Jackson. Oh, she ran the back of Chaz Farmer. That's what spun Michael Brown out. Guess the 99 just failed to use the brakes, and the 66 slow down there, Xavier. Thank you, sir. Don't know what that was really all about, and Pollard's now out of the race. Well, the race was already over anyway, so what difference does it make? So that's what happened. We'll go ahead and take you to your official finisher results here at Homestead. And the 99 team will probably be asked to see the officials after the race for not slowing down on the cool-down lap, because it's supposed to be slow down. But anyway, Billy Kitchens will get second. He'll be going to the championship for Carolina Bradley third, Shyla Askarov fourth, Elena Ritchie fifth, Cheyenne Berkshire sixth, Sarnes seventh, Creighton eighth, ninth, Sam Vickers, and Joey Alinsky will complete your top 10. Billy Kitchens was the only driver in the playoffs that finished in the top 10. The question is, who's joining him and who's going to be going bye-bye? We're going to find out right here and right now. Where did the other 7 finish? J Bodine, 11th. He was 5 points ahead of the cut line. He's off to the championship 4. Congratulations to him. Let's see. Olivia Jackson was 5 points below the cut line. Let's see. She finished ahead of she needed to, let's see, she was what? 5 points. She was like, I think 9 points. She needed to beat Blake Wagner. She did, but was it enough? That's going to be the question as you look on down through the rest of the finishing results. Marcus Sellers, I think Marcus Sellers has been eliminated. 32nd is going to mean he will be eliminated. J Underhill was in a must-win situation. He will be eliminated. I think the big question mark is that, let's see, Jackson beat Allsopp. Let's see, 14 spots. Question is Allsopp eliminated? I don't know. We're going to have to figure this out as far as that's concerned. Alex Winters came home 23rd. She was 18 points below the cut line. I don't think it's going to be enough. I think we can confirm Alex Winters, J Underhill, Marcus Sellers will be the three of that's going to get eliminated. I think the battle's going to come down between Jackson, Wagner. Well, let's see. Wagner's past Allsopp. Bodine passed Allsopp. I think Olivia Jackson might have passed Allsopp as well. But I'm not going to say that is confirmed or not. Donovan Carter was the only driver lapped down Anthony Ritchie out of the race. So we're going to figure this out. And if my math is correct, I think, I could be wrong, but I'll wait for the points to confirm it for me. I think the final four are going to be Billy Kitchens, Blake Wagner, Jamie Bodine, and Olivia Jackson. I know that Sellers, Winters, and Underhill are three of the four drivers eliminated. The question mark is going to be between Jackson or Allsopp. But we're going to find all those answers out down in the description below. But I hope you enjoyed this evening's race here at Homestead. If you did, be sure to give this video a like, subscribe to become part of the PCSRA crew. Today we've shown your full finish results, your points, your reformatted points. You'll find out who made the championship for. You know Billy Kitchens will be one of those drivers. Jamie Bodine will be one of those, or the other driver. And possibly Olivia Jackson, but don't quote me on that until you see the points. Heading into next week at Toronto, but we still got to finish up our elimination weekend with Busch and Winston Cup from here at Homestead before we pack it up, head to Canada's Toronto Speedway. We'll see you guys then for the Busch race tomorrow night. Until then, I've been D. DeVoe signing off. Good night from Homestead Miami Speedway in Miami, Florida, as you've been watching yet another broadcast of PCSRA TV, where champions are made since 2010 and 15 years as the best in the racing around the world since 2017.